Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Lalema Aneja Dang with the Midday News. The headlines. Crisis deepens in Congress JDs coalition government in Karnataka following resignation of 12 MLAs. Centre asks all urban local bodies to set up cell for monitoring rainwater harvesting. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu calls for a comprehensive law to make land deeds litigation free. Iran announces to break limit set on uranium enrichment in breach of 2015 nuclear deal. And in badminton, Kashyap enters finals of men's Canada Open Super 100 tournament at Calgary. In Karnataka, senior Congress leaders have been holding hectic parleys in Bengaluru since morning, a day after 9 of its MLAs and 3 from JDS submitted their resignation letters at the Speaker's office. Speaking to media persons in Bengaluru, Congress leader Mallikarjun Kharge said the party leaders are in constant touch with the rebels and efforts are on to persuade them to withdraw their resignations. Meanwhile, BJP leader R. Ashok has said that they have no role to play in the present crisis in the Congress JDS coalition government and will keep a distant watch. 7-time Congress MLA Ramalinga Reddy, who also submitted his resignation letter as MLA, said that he will not resign from the Congress party. Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy has returned from the US and is expected to reach Bengaluru in the evening. Speaker Ramesh Kumar had said yesterday that he will look into the resignation letters on Tuesday. Here's a report.
The troubled ruling coalition, which has a strength of 118 in the 224-member assembly, faces the risk of losing majority if the resignations are accepted. BJP has 105 MLAs. Both the JDS and the Congress have been plagued by dissension over allocation of ministerial berths and distribution of Lok Sabha seats. The cracks become deeper after the BJP swept the Lok Sabha polls in the state. Assembly Speaker Ramesh Kumar said whether the government will fall or survive would be decided in the Assembly. The Assembly session will begin on July 12th. Sanjeev Jastotia, News Desk.
A meeting of BJP office bearers is underway now in New Delhi. Party Working President J.P. Nadda, along with other senior leaders, are attending the meeting. BJP membership drive, among other issues, are expected to be discussed. Union Minister for Information and Broadcasting Prakash Javadekar today said that BJP's vote share has increased by 7%. He was speaking at a BJP membership drive in Tirupati.
This time our vote share increased by 7% and we are now 38% all India level vote. In 17 states, BJP has got more than 50% vote. This is the largest voting ever happened since 1952. First time election, 67% voters have voted for the country.
Mr. Javadekar also called upon the party leaders to enhance the present 11 crore membership to 30 crore. Haryanvi singer and dancer Sapna Chaudhary has joined the BJP. She was inducted into the party at a membership drive event in New Delhi today. She joined the party in the presence of senior party leaders Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Ram Lal and Dr. Harshvardhan. The Congress Working Committee is likely to meet next week amid continuing uncertainty over the President's post after the resignation of Rahul Gandhi from the top post. Recently, top Congress leaders including Ghulam Nabi Azad, Ahmed Patel and Motilal Vohra had informal meetings in New Delhi and are understood to have discussed about the future course of action with regard to Mr. Gandhi's successor. Several names are doing rounds for the post. They include former Union Ministers Mallikarjun Kharge, Sushil Kumar Shinde, Mukul Vasnik and Jyotiraditya Scindia. The names of Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot and his deputy Sachin Pilot are also in the air for the top post of the Grand Old Party. The Centre has asked all urban local bodies across the country to set up a cell each for effective monitoring of rainwater harvesting and revival of at least one water body in their areas. In its guidelines for urban water conservation, Union Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry said the cell should monitor the extent of groundwater extraction and groundwater aquifer recharge. This information should be displayed at prominent locations for public awareness. The guidelines have been issued as part of the first phase of Jal Shakti Abhiyan, which began on the 1st of this month and will continue till the 15th of September this year. Here's a report.
The ministry has said the urban local bodies should ensure that all government buildings must have rainwater harvesting structures. The structures should be constructed in the buildings under a special drive. Group housing societies and resident welfare associations should be persuaded to take up its development. It has also been asked to ensure that in future all building permissions granted must have RWH structure incorporated as per building bylaws, and the same should be checked before issuing occupancy cum completion certificate. With Divakar, Swati Rakheja, AIR News, Delhi.
Vice President and Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu has called for a comprehensive and model law to make land deeds, transfers and registrations litigation-free. Mr. Naidu also called for digitization of land records so that every transaction is hassle-free. He was speaking in New Delhi after releasing a book titled Land Registration, Global Practices and Lessons for India, written by the Chief Secretary of Himachal Pradesh, B.K. Agarwal. The Vice President suggested that the centre and the state governments should act together in a Team India spirit to bring out a comprehensive law on land-related issues. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has stressed on ensuring maximum legislative work in Parliament. He said if Parliament conducts more legislative business, it will be an example for state assemblies in states to follow suit. Mr. Birla was addressing an orientation program for the members of Rajasthan Assembly in Jaipur today. Fertilizer subsidy allocation has seen a hike of around 10,000 crore rupees in the union budget. An official statement said the allocation has been increased from 70,090 crore rupees in 2018-2019 to 79,996 crore rupees in 2019-2020. Out of this, 53,629 crore rupees is towards urea subsidy and 26,367 crore rupees for nutrient-based subsidies. Well, this is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. Iran has announced it will break a limit set on uranium enrichment in breach of the landmark 2015 nuclear deal. Deputy Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said Iran still wanted to salvage the deal but blamed European countries for failing to live up to their own commitments. The announcement comes a day after French President Emmanuel Macron spoke to Iranian President Hassan Rouhani and expressed his strong concern about what would happen if the agreement was abandoned. Earlier, the U.S. unilaterally withdrew from the agreement in 2018. It has since reimposed strict sanctions on Iran. The Iranian announcement marks the latest breach of the accord. In Afghanistan, at least 12 persons were killed and more than 60 wounded in a car bomb attack in Ghazni province today. Ghazni Governor spokesman Arif Noori said a car bomb hit an office of Afghan intelligence services that killed 8 members of security forces and 4 civilians. Taliban has claimed responsibility for the attack. Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz leader Maryam Nawaz has alleged that entire judicial process to convict her father and former Premier Nawaz Sharif in corruption case was severely compromised. Addressing a press conference in Lahore yesterday, Maryam released a video clip purportedly showing an accountability court judge allegedly confessing that he was blackmailed and forced to convict former Premier Nawaz Sharif in the corruption case. The Imran Khan government termed the leaked video as doctored and demanded its forensic audit, saying that it is an attack on the judiciary. Well, back home, Foreign Minister of United Arab Emirates Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan will arrive in New Delhi tonight on a 3-day visit to India. The visit is aimed at strengthening strategic partnership between the two countries. The External Affairs Ministry said the visiting dignitary will be accompanied by a senior-level delegation. Tomorrow, Sheikh Abdullah will hold bilateral talks with External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. He will also call on Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday. Our correspondent reports that the UAE is India's 3rd largest trade partner and 4th largest energy supplier. Indian Hajj mission in Saudi Arabia has adopted digital technology to reach out to a large number of pilgrims as part of Government of India's initiative of Digital India. With the introduction of Hajj app, Indian diplomats in Saudi Arabia are trying to form a bridge with the pilgrims not only to facilitate a smooth and hassle-free Hajj operation but also to receive grievances and feedback to improve the service. This was announced by Indian Ambassador Dr. Asif Saeed yesterday at a press conference along with Consul General Mohammad Noor Rahman Sheikh to brief about the ongoing Indian Hajj operation in Saudi Arabia. With Odisha turning into a global sports hub, the state government is extending all possible support to make Bhubaneswar the sports capital of India. For this purpose, 266 crore rupees have been allocated to the Sports and Youth Services Department in the 2019-2020 budget. Here's more from our correspondent.
The state is set to host international sporting events like Commonwealth Table Tennis Championship at Cuttack on 17 July and is also likely to be the one among the 4 venues for FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Bhubaneswar is becoming sports capital of India to find out hidden talents in rural areas and support them to compete in national and international level. The government plans to set up sports centers in 4 cities. It also decided to renovate existing stadiums in all 30 districts along with the sports hostel facilities to create more sports talents for the nation. Tapan Maharana, AR News, Cuttack.
In Jammu and Kashmir, more than 81,600 pilgrims have paid obeisance at the holy cave shrine of Amarnath since the beginning of the Yatra on the 1st of this month. On the 6th day of the Yatra yesterday, over 14,400 pilgrims had darshan of Icelingam at the holy cave shrine. Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of Sri Amarnath Ji Shrine Board, Umang Narula, reviewed the arrangements put in place at various Yatra camps and en route for carrying out sanitation and cleaning work. Union Minister of State for Social Justice and Empowerment, Ramdas Athawale, has said that his ministry is working to provide facilities for Divyangjan to create an atmosphere which will guarantee them equal opportunities. Mr. Athawale was talking to media persons after visiting Guwahati yesterday. He reviewed the implementation of various schemes of his ministry. The minister informed that there are over 4 lakh Divyangjan in Assam. He said 1,39,000 Divyangjan have been receiving pension of 1,000 rupees every month in the state. In Maharashtra, the death toll from Tivare Dam flooding rose to 20 this morning. 3 persons are still reported missing. Search operations by NDRF are still underway. Today is the 5th day since the dam located in Ratnagiri district breached following incessant rains. This caused flood-like situation in 7 downstream villages. Meanwhile, Delhi is likely to witness a cloudy sky and light rain today. The Indian Met Department said the city is likely to witness intermittent rains over the next 10 to 15 days. Heavy showers are expected after the 10th of this month. And now, news from the world of sports.
In badminton, former Commonwealth Games champion Parupalli Kashyap defeated Wang Zuwei of Taiwan in the men's singles semi-final at the Canada Open Super 100 tournament in Calgary today. Kashyap will now meet Li Shifang of China in the final tomorrow. India will take on New Zealand in the first semi-final of the ICC Cricket World Cup at Old Trafford in Manchester on Tuesday. Australia will play England at Edgbaston in Birmingham on Thursday in the other semi-final. The final will be played on Sunday. Australia have won the World Cup 5 times. India have lifted the trophy twice in 1983 and 2011, while New Zealand and England are yet to win the World Cup. In tennis, 2-time Wimbledon champion Rafael Nadal entered the last 16 with a 6-2, 6-3, 6-2 victory over French veteran Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. In the women's singles, Ashley Barty cruised into last 16, beating British wildcard Harriet Dart 6-1, 6-1. She has entered the last 16 of the tournament for the first time. 7-time champion Serena Williams also entered the last 16, beating German Julia Gorges 6-3, 6-4. Aarti Rana, Sports Desk.
And now the headlines once again. Crisis deepens in Congress JDs coalition government in Karnataka following resignation of 12 MLAs. Centre asks all urban local bodies to set up cells for monitoring rainwater harvesting. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu calls for a comprehensive law to make land deeds litigation-free. Iran announces to break limits set on uranium enrichment in breach of the 2015 nuclear deal. And in badminton, P. Kashyap enters finals of Men's Canada Open Super 100 tournament at Calgary. And with that, we end the midday news.